Okay, let's kick things off. Good morning to every North American attendees and good afternoon to everyone joining from Europe. We are very excited to have you today. I'm Marianne, Product Marketing Manager here at Vention. We have the pleasure of having Kenneth Pedersen, Product Application and Support Manager from Smooth Robotics with us today, and Stephen Voung, Solution Architect at Vention. So without further ado, I will hand over the mic to my colleague Stephen, and we will kick things off.
Thank you, Marianne. So let's get this started. So zero to automate in just a few clicks. This slide pretty sums up the full workflow of Vention. First, you design your equipment or robots out in just a few clicks in a few minutes. Then you program and simulate using our digital twin, so you know for sure that it works before you build it. After that, you can deploy that program directly to your machine. And once you have it running, you can monitor and operate it directly from the same platform. And finally, the last picture is our world-class remote support, which is something that we offer. So these are just a few examples of companies we work with, from giants like Amazon, 3M, Toro, to more specialized shops. The point here is essentially that Vention works no matter the size. So big or small, we're here to support you. Thank you. So the goal today is quite simple. We want to show you how you can build a custom robotic cell in just a few days. Once it's built, you don't need weeks of coding. You can program in minutes and using the hand tracing teach tool. So in the end, you'll see how fast and approachable this process can be. So we'll go through a few topics. I think the first topic would be the challenges of manual welding. So let's talk about the reality of manual welding. First, you have quality issues, inconsistent. Different workers produce different results on different days, and this leads to a lot of mistakes and rework. Second, you have labor challenges. It's hard to find welders, and also there's not enough welders to replace the existing ones. So it takes a lot of time also to train new employees to work with your products. And finally, production bottlenecks. There's a lot of manual process that slows everything down, so it's very difficult or challenging to scale or increase your demand. So probably one of these challenges applies to you. The welder shortage is quite real. So by 2028, I think the estimates are about 300,000 new welders are needed to meet the demands. On top of that, 20% of the current workforce of welders is nearing retirement. So the demand isn't slowing down. Welding demand is expected to grow, as you can see, 6% from now till 2030. So the gap between supply and demand is getting bigger and bigger. Oh, sorry. So this is where automation steps in. First, you have the quality. Robots deliver consistent welds, reducing errors and rework. Second, efficiency. Automated systems can run faster and longer, so helping you with keeping up with the demand. And last, the labor shortage. Automation takes care of repetitive jobs or work so that your skilled workers can focus on more critical jobs. So here is a quick overview of a typical system that we offer. So you'll see here you have the robot arm that allows you to move the torch around. You also have the end of arm tool equipped with the welding torch and the Smooth Robotics teaching tool. On the bottom, you'll also have a workpiece fixture to hold the part that you're currently welding. And you see here a range extender. So this allows the robot to extend its reach, its work envelope. You also have the programming interface from Smooth Robotics, so a very intuitive interface that allows you to quickly program new welds, and also the power source of your choice. Speaking of power source, our system is compatible with every major brand of power source. So this means you don't need to go buy a new one. You can use an existing one that you already have. So this is fully integrated with Vention and Smooth Robotics ecosystem. So here's a quick video showcasing Vention's click and customize. Thank you. So that was just a quick video showcasing Vention's click and customize. So I'll go into more detail about it right now. So with our platform, you can design your own welding cell using a drag and drop in Machine Builder. So it's simple enough that you don't need to be a CAD expert. And if you need help, we have engineers to support you any way we can. As you build, you can see the bill of material and also the pricing update in real time. These are our quick templates, start templates for welding. They're pre-built cells that covers common setups. So you have a single station, dual stations, enclosures, range extender, and more configurations. So what you see here is you don't need to start from scratch. You pick one that fits your workflow, customize it to customize the jig, the table, if needed, and you're good to go. It gets you welding faster without overthinking the layout. So there's a few types of common welding solutions that we have. The first one is a mobile welding cart or station. It is something very compact, wheeled setup that's easy to move around the shop. It's a plug and play concept with a robot, a table, and storage all integrated. It's pretty much ideal for a shop that needs flexibility, but you don't have a fixed welding area. So we can customize the table to match your layout. What you see here is a few examples of those setups. On the left side, you'll see a fully integrated cart with some storage on inside, everything in one clean mobile unit. Top right, you'll see a lightweight open frame version. It's easy to maneuver and great for tight spaces. And the bottom right is a pedestal. Oh, sorry, go back. In the top right is a pedestal mount robot that you can roll around between different tables or stations. So it's really good for working with multiple jigs or part types. These are a few examples. Starting price, you're looking at 74,000. Next setup is the, sorry about that. The multiple welding stations. So this is designed to handle multiple fixtures in one cell. So you can weld different SKUs or the same SKUs without the robot stopping. What's good about this is um, decreasing your downtime for fixturing. So it keeps the robot busy while one part is being welded, another part can be loaded or unloaded. This really means much more arc on time, less idle time, and more productivity. Kind of layout works really well with a longer reach robot, such as the new Universal Robot UR8L, and it's fully modular, so you can adjust the number of tables and size to match your workflow. Pricing usually starts around 90,000 USD. Next, we have the range extender. This setup adds a linear axis to the robot, so the robot can move along an axis, letting it weld across multiple zones or just handle a larger component. So you can load multiple fixtures along the table. Again, minimizes the downtime between welds. The theme comes back again, more arc on time, less idle time, and smoother workflow overall. Two examples here. You'll see the floor-mounted version of a range extender, and then if you flip that upside down, you'll have the overhead-mounted version. So both can be adapted to fit your shop's layout. Starting price is usually 120,000 USD. The last configuration that is quite popular is the gantry style. So this setup is a gantry style mounted with a robot upside down, giving it full access to the envelope right under it. So this is great for large or awkward or irregular shaped parts, where a fixed robot has a hard time getting to reaching those weld zones. Because the robot can move freely around that gantry, it handles hard to reach welds with better consistency and less compromise. This kind of layout simplifies large jobs, improves access, and also makes automation possible even for bulky and awkward parts. Pricing usually starts 145,000. So you've seen a few examples of possible welding cells from a mobile station, multi-table layout, ranging center, and gantry system. So each one is built using the Vention modular ecosystem, so which makes it easy to scale, customizable, and very fast to deploy. What ties all this together is the design support, the complementary design support that we offer. So we're able to customize to meet your needs. So I'll let you take this one, Ken.
Yeah, thanks for that, Stephen, and thanks to Vention too to give us the opportunity to come here and highlight some of the benefits of using our Smooth Tool software together with the Vention platform. And first of all, I will just tell that we have a lot of features, and just to give you an overview. All of these features is basically whatever you need to cover welding production, whether you are a subcontractor, manufacturer, you do energy, or you work in the energy sector, you do surfacing, or you're even a shipyard. Our mission is to make this as broad as possible so we can fit into all kinds of setups. And as Stephen showed you, it can be a movable setup, it can be a table setup. So like we call it the welder's tool, or it can be implemented with big gantries and rails and turntables. So basically it's all about the flexibility and the intuitiveness of the software and how it's used. And here you see the interface of the software, the programming page. And on the left side, there is the front and back of the flange, the programmable flange. The back side is actually one of the biggest benefits of a system like this is the free drive button. And if you press and hold that button, you can move the robot freely around. And that really gives you a lot of freedom in programming your weld paths, even if it's a small setup or a big setup on a rail. The two buttons on the front is red and blue, and that's for programming. And on the right side on the teach button, you can see in the middle of the teach button, there's these 4 steps, and that is basically all you need to program a weld path here. And we have a small video that shows you how it works in practice.
The programming flange is the physical extension of the Smooth Tool software, allowing the welder to teach the welding path to the robot through moving the torch by hand. The programming flange has 3 buttons, 2 on the front and 1 on the back. The button on the back is a free drive button. When pressed, the robot can move around easily by hand. The 2 buttons on the front are used for programming or teaching the welding path. The top button has a red LED indicator light, and the lower button has a blue light. Each of the 2 buttons has a short and long press function. A short press on the blue button sets points in a linear weld segment, while a long press will change to the next programming step in the software. A short press on the red button sets points in a circular weld segment, while a long press will delete any previous set point in the program. To enable full programming by flange, the user must have a weld node selected in the programming tree and be in Smooth Tool mode.
Yeah. So as the video shows, it's very easy to program, and it's of course supported by all of these features, which I wasn't mentioned, but it covers everything you need in a production line, weaving and adjusting the travel speed and all these features that is needed in production. Another thing I would like to highlight here is that we also try to make it easy to get access to all of these features and read about it. We have this what we call a smooth hub, and there is a lot of articles from the use cases, a lot of highlights on how to use the features, how to implement them in practice, and one of the latest things that we launched is actually our academy, and the academy is a range of videos, small videos, where we go through all of the features in the system, so you can basically be self-taught by just going through this course. It's also the page where we can download new updates, and it's also here where we can where if there is an issue, there is our support and help center, so you get direct access to support. And there's a lot of user manuals and power source integration manuals, all kind of things, and also it's here we use this hub to activate the licenses. So a lot of information is built into the system, and again, it goes in line with the software, easy to use, intuitive, and easy to deploy. Another thing I want to highlight is one of the things that in traditional robot welding is quite time expensive is if you want to first create the program and then dry run all of the parts to check if it's on track. We have in our system this 3D visualization tool where that gives an indication what you have programmed. So it's quite easy to go there and check out, did I go around the corner in the right way, or is this circle made right? And on top of that, it's possible to start from in the visualization. So you can basically press on one of the dots in the program and then start from there in the program if you need to restart something. And of course, as Stephen also mentioned, covering all of the power sources, and it's not just the start and stop signal. It is basically adding in the features from the power source that make sense to change from the T-spin, and it can be choose the right synergic line via a wizard that picks the right synergic line. It can be calling the right job number, or it can be setting the wire feed speed, the current and the voltage, or even fine tuning, and a lot of different parameters that is allowed from the power source brand. So it's tailor-made for each power source. Yeah, and that was basically all from the smooth tool side.
Thank you, Ken. So how to build the best solution for you. Essentially, at the end of the day, it's not pushing a one-size-fits-all solution. So we start by learning how you weld today, your process, your parts, your shop. From there, we dig really into the pain points. Maybe you're dealing with inconsistent welds, downtime between welds, or simply you just don't have enough welders on your floor. Whatever it is, we focus on what actually matters to you. So once we understand your needs, we work with you to design the right setup, from robot to table layout, how you load the parts into the system. And because it's built on Vention's modular platform, it's quick, adaptable, and scalable. So let's go see the benefits, essentially, of automation. So this slide pretty much shows welding automation and how accessible it is to any type of business. So you have Unitray, which is about 20 to 40 employees running 3 robotic welding cells. So one manual welder usually produces about 100 parts per day. And once they've installed one robot, they were up to 240 parts per day. So that's really a real measurable impact. Next up is Rainville, which is a mid-sized manufacturer. has a much larger gantry style welding setup. So you'll see a video of it right after on the next slide. And last, Daifuku, a global automation leader. So this really shows how the same modular approach can scale all the way to enterprise level. So whether you're small, medium, or global, robotic welding is no longer out of reach. Oh. So there's no video on this. So as you can see here, this is the overhead gantry system that we designed and built for this customer. It is a 3x3 meter ranging stair mounted with a UR20. I think they're running a Frodius setup with stainless steel and aluminum setup. Reason why they went with this setup is, as you can see, the aluminum part is quite large and has hard to access areas. This was done 100% manual before, but with this, I think they increase 20 to 30% in productivity. So when we talk about the value of robotic welding, it really comes down to three core impacts. First is quality. Robots don't get tired. They don't guess. They don't drift. You get the same welds day after day with far fewer defects and rework. Second is throughput. Because the robot can run continuously with minimal downtime, you can boost your arc on time by up to 4 times compared to manual welding. So this pretty much translates to over 30% fast production, even without adding more shifts. Last is the labor shortage. Robotic welding lets the shop do the same amount of work with fewer people, while also improving the safety and also making the job more interesting, more attractive to keep long-term talent. So this slide sums up why robotic welding drives real results, not just through labor savings, but also by drastically increasing the arc on time. You'll see the two charts on the left. With manual welding, most of the hour is spent idle. Only about 15% of it is actually welding time. But with a cobot, that number jumps to 67% arc on time. So that's about more than 300% increase in active weld time. This change alone cuts down on job duration, reduces welder costs, and brings the total job cost down by over 20%. What's really interesting here is when you look at the margins per hour. So you're going from $29 to $215 per hour. That's about 600% plus in profits per hour, driven purely on welding and less waiting. So getting started with welding automation doesn't have to be a long, complicated process. First, we hop on a call to scope out your application. We'll ask you how you weld today, what parts you're working with, and what you're aiming to improve. This usually takes 2 or 3 days. After that, our team works at designing custom setup, your robot table, work holding, everything using Vention's modular platform. This step takes about 3 to 5 days. And once you're happy with the design, we ship the equipment to your floor, ready to install. Most orders go out on and are ready for setup around 7 to 14 days. So from idea to installation, you're looking at just a few weeks. It's fast, flexible, and built for ROI. If you're ready to explore what setup could look like at your shop, feel free to reach out. We'd be more than happy to help you out.
So we had several questions in the chat, and please feel free to add more. I will start with do the prices include the robot, Stephen?
Yes, so the price includes the robot that in the examples I showed, yes. So the robot, you have access to the whole range of universal robots. So from the small UR3, which is fine, but all the way to UR8, UR20, UR30, depending on your application and reach required.
Amazing. Question for Smooth. Is it possible to do stitch welding with the Smooth tool?
Yes, it is. and it's actually one of the features that we in our system had used quite a lot of time to develop to an extent where it's really useful, especially for thin plate applications. And I can show you how it works. If we go here to, we have here you're on the table. We have made a program. It's been running all through the webinar so far. And just to show you here, we can see here in our 3D viewer that this is how it looks like. And you can see that it's the same shape as we have on the table. The red line is the welds and the blue line is the air move. So if we want to apply a stitch to that, we simply go here to weaving, press that, and we can see here now it's grayscale, which tells us that this is the page where we are adding the stitches. And I simply just activate it by pressing here. And now you can see that it's turned yellow in the program, which indicates that something is wrong. And the wrong thing is that we need to allow merge, so it applies for the whole path. This was a circular, a linear move. And if we go back to our 3D viewer here, now you can see, if we zoom in, that we have added stitches to the whole path. And if we run it, you can see here that I'll just play the program. Corrects the angles, stitching, do a new stitch. And as I mentioned, for thin sheet applications, it's really useful to not get too much heat into the face. So yes, the answer to the question is yes, it's possible.
Marianne, any other questions?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Yes, another question for you, Stephen. What goes into determining which robot to go for my application?
So it is quite dependent on your product itself and your reach. So if you have a small part that could fit on a welding table, such as a universal robot, your 10 or your 12, can reach within the envelope, then you select that. One advantage of going to a larger robot, such as the UR8L, the newest one, is the reach. So the universal robot UR10 is about 1.3 meters of reach. The new UR8 is about 1.75 meters of reach, so a lot more reach. So either you have larger parts, or you can do more smaller parts within that envelope. So there's reach and also costs involved. Those are two considerations, and we can guide you during our design phase in which to select.
Awesome. Now, question for you, Ken. Is the Smooth Tool training included when a solution is purchased?
Yes, and also with access to the academy, it's actually possible to do self-training there.
Perfect. And can you also answer the question, can the 3D visualization handle multiple weld layering?
Yeah, you can have several welds shown on the 3D visualization. Yeah.
Perfect. Other question just came in. The solution is based for batch production or single or small batch? Maybe for you, Stephen.
It could do both. So if you have a batch production, you have multiple same SKU, you can mount say, for example, an array of 4x4, which is one of the functions of smooth robotics, an offset. So you can program it once, the weld, and then repeat it to shift to the next point in X and Y direction. So this is quite good to reduce downtime since you can mount multiple parts, and also increasing arc on time.
Amazing. Other question here, are there rotary complementary axes?
Yes, so Vention does offer not only linear axis, but also rotary actuators. So that's something that we can discuss and help you design.
Amazing. I'm just waiting to see if there's more answers that will pop here. I'll have one other here. Can I reuse my existing power source with a new robot welding system?
Yes, so that's one of the good features of Smooth Robotics and Vention's solution is that you can reuse an existing power source. So as Ken mentioned, not only that there's a retrofit kit that turns on and off, if you have a version that communicates within a communication protocol such as Modbus or Ethernet IP, you can go much more advanced to that. The list of those power sources are available on the website. So then we can help you selecting which one would work.
Great. What does maintenance look like for these robot systems?
The maintenance itself, there's not much. There's the standard maintenance for your power source, your welding torch, and consumables, which is standard. You already do that. For the robot itself, it comes with a 1-year manufacturer's warranty. On top of that, there's not much maintenance on the robot itself since all the joints are sealed. They are designed to run continuously, I think 3 or 4 years continuously, before having some issues possibly with their joint. But there's no greasing or opening to maintenance or tuning or adjusting linked to the robot itself. For our Vention's linear actuators, there are some basic maintenance, which is checking the torque on a few bolts, and also periodic greasing, which are available on our website right now. So you can access it and look at it.
Great. Is it possible to download the 3D layout from Machine Builder to check the fit with my components?
Yes. So what's good about Vention's Machine Builder, you can design on our platform, and then after that, export the whole design out of Vention as a step file. Vice versa also works. If you have a layout already set up, you can import back a design that you have, SolidWorks, CATIA, a step file, or IGES, back into Vention. So this way you can work both ways. Vention is quite open and transparent. We don't want to lock you in our system because we know everyone works differently.
Perfect. I have a question here for Smooth Robotics. Can you explain more about the surfacing feature and when would that be used?
Yes. One of the latest features that we just added to the system was to try to target the need for putting on wear layers or resistant layers in repair, in mining or in offshore, and there is a huge need for automation in those areas, but it's quite difficult to do with traditional uh, robotic welding setups like it is today. But with a cobot here and with the put it on a cart, and you can add it next to the part that you want to surface on, and very easy add points to the area where you want to put material, wear material, resistant material, and then move on to the next stage of it. So it's make it easy to do a really terrible job, to be honest.
Questions keep coming. We have another one here. How are safety zones and collaborative modes managed with operator working near while preparing the new weld parts to then minimize the downtime?
So what's good about Vention? Not only that we have a modular ecosystem, we also have a safety ecosystem included also. So safety can vary from the classic cage with interlock doors to a hybrid system with an opening on one side with light curtains, and also area scanners. So depending on your safety assessment and how you work at your company, we can design a safety system that matches your requirements. So that we can help you with.
Great. And maybe we'll end with one last question. How do you calculate the ROI for a robotic welding system?
So I think, Ken, maybe you could elaborate on your ROI calculator on your website.
Yeah, we have a ROI calculator on our website, and then basically, of course, it's a matter of to figure out how much argon time you have today and what will be the new argon time adding a cobot. And our experience is that with manual welding, it's never more than 15%, and it's closer to 10% argon time. But with this system, we have so many systems running that we can state that at least 75% in production increase. So the difference between there is actually a good figure to use in your return of investment calculations.
Great. Thank you everyone for your questions. We were able to answer a lot. If you have more, please do not hesitate to reach out directly to Stephen or Kenneth. Everyone is here to help. You can also scan the QR code here to download the product brochure, or you can also find it in the doc section here on Ring Central. So that was it for the webinar today. Thank you very much, guys.